Hi there, Internet. After a long absence, I am back once again for your viewing pleasure. Or displeasure, depending on who you are. Anyway, as I said in my previous review, my next review will be the Tallgeese 3. The Tallgeese 3 hails from the Gundam Wing Endless Waltz OAV/movie and is piloted by Miliardo Peacecraft. It's also, obviously, the third in the Tallgeese series. So, to begin, let's talk about what the difference is between this version and the other Tallgeeses. Just a moment. Here we are. Either Tallgeese figure will work for reference's sake. The main difference is the head. While the Tallgeese 2 and Tallgeese 1 have a crest, Tallgeese 3 has a trident on his forehead, which I think looks really neat. The chest, for the most part, as well as the torso, is the exact same. The only difference is the paint job. The legs are the same. The thrusters are the same. Pretty much, for the most part, there are very few differences. The main differences come in the form of the weapons and the paint job. Though, in my opinion, with the added weapons, the Tallgeese 3 actually looks bulkier, which isn't a bad thing. On the right arm, also note that since this is the American release, it does not come with the extra hand sets. Anyway, one of the weapons is the Mega Cannon in place of the Dober gun. While the Dober gun has a thinner barrel, the rear does not include nano clip. It features an energy generator, and also you can remove the front piece and replace it with a secondary piece to show that it's opened or prepared for firing. Also, since the handle is on a separate piece from the gun itself, this makes it much easier for the Tallgeese 3 to hold the weapon. You don't have to worry about warping the handle. You don't have to worry about how he's going to look when he's holding it. He holds onto it just fine. On the other side is a shield. It is a different kind of shield. The Tallgeese 1 and 2 have a rounded shield with a picture of an eagle. This looks This looks more similar to the Epion's shield, and also has a spike at the end, which, when removed, can be replaced with a chain-like weapon known as the heat rod. Also, as opposed to the early Epion figure, the chain is much more flexible, and I think is a great improvement. As with the other two Tallgeese figures, the beam sabers hilts store inside. Comes with the exact same beam sabers, so I'm not too worried about showing them off. Now, however, also what's good is you don't have to remove the shield in order to get Tallgeese to hold it. It's tricky for him to grab onto it, but there we go. See? Once again, no warping issues, no having to remove the shield. The Tallgeese can hold his weapons just fine and looks natural doing it. I would like to note that when you first take the toy out of the package, the shield and the Mega Can are on separate pieces, and you have to connect them to the shoulder separately. I will warn you, the clips are tiny, as are the bars you connect them to, so I'm going to warn you, be careful. I haven't broken mine off, but they look like they would easily break. But once you get them on there, they're quite flexible. And the thrusters, just like the previous toys, open and close with no problems whatsoever. Also what Bandai did, just like the original Gundam Wing figures, the figures come with either yellow or gold versions. As you can tell, this is the gold variant. So, as opposed to Tallgeese 1 and 2, I would say this is my absolute favorite of the three, for all the reasons I listed. The bad news is, a lot of people seem to agree with me, so you might end up paying quite a bit for this on eBay. The most I've ever seen it for is $50. But that was back then. It could be higher, it could be lower. I'm just going to warn you, don't expect a cheap price, especially for a new and packaged one. The Japanese version might cost less, but like I said, you would have to look. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review. I'll try and see if I can get another one out before the holidays. So, I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.